Meanwhile, here's Gramatica. Romo holds. 19-yard field goal attempt. Oh, it is fumbled by Romo, and then Romo's going to run to the end zone, and he's going to get tackled by Jordan Babineau. Amazing.
It might be the biggest special teams blunder in NFL history. The only failed field goal attempt more famous was Scott Norwood's infamous wide right. A mistake any player could have made would shape the rest of Tony Romo's career. It's the first thing anyone thinks of when the Cowboys face the Seahawks, and the last thing anyone remembers about Romo. What happened that night in Seattle over a decade ago? How did it change NFL history? Let's start with the game itself, which pitted the defending NFC champs on their home field against Bill Parcells' Cowboys. This would be the last hurrah in coaching from the Tuna and the first year starting for one Tony Romo. The latter had won the job after Parcells tired of Drew Bledsoe's mistakes in Week 7 of that season.
Pressure, and Bledsoe is sacked for a safety. And Bledsoe to the air on first down. The pressure comes and it goes down. Bledsoe looking for Glenn, throwing, he threw an interception. And those are the plays, the huge mistakes that Bledsoe often makes.
Parcells gave the keys to his undrafted free agent quarterback, a guy he said had much moxie, but not too much else early in his career.
1st and 10 for the first down, 11 for the touchdown. Might go the other way for a touchdown. Into the waiting arms of Kevin Dockery. Touchdown.
Romo did throw 3 interceptions that Monday night, but showed plenty of spark.
Romo's throw for Patrick Creighton to the end zone. Cowboy touchdown.
He won his first start in Carolina the following Sunday night, another primetime game, on his way to a stellar season.
3 steps, looking left, throws a slant. Witten reaching out behind him, caught it.
Dallas would go from 3-3 to 9-7, making the playoffs for the first time since 2003. The seemingly unflappable Romo would finish 5th in passer rating, lead all passers in yards per attempt, and even make the Pro Bowl. All that said, the challenge would be steep on this Saturday night in Seattle.
But the Seahawks are in their nickel of 5 defensive backs.
They rush only 3, and then Romo throws into a lot of traffic, and then Witten comes up with the ball, and they're going to rule it a fumble. Here's Romo. And Romo will get sacked at the 18. Romo has time, over the middle, caught, finds the open man, and that is Jason Witten, and he'll make it first down and goal. Romo stepping up, throwing, and that's going to be caught, and reaching into the end zone and getting there is Patrick Creighton for the touchdown.
And so a 4th down conversion for the Dallas Cowboys, a huge catch by Witten, leads to a touchdown.
This is the 12th play of the drive, and it's caught by Stevens. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kickoff from Brown, taken by Miles Austin from the 7. Miles Austin with a big run back down the sideline, out in front of the Cowboy bench, and Miles Austin will take it all the way in for a 93-yard kickoff return touchdown.
And then you get to the playoffs to get to the next round. And to get to the championship round, and to get to the Super Bowl and win it.
Hasselbeck has that one tipped by Newman, and then Roy Williams with the pick, and he stayed inbounds and intercepts it at the 43-yard line.
I just got to give you guys a chance, even when it's tight. You fight for it, and we get a flag.
They empty the backfield on first down with 4.5 to go. Hasselbeck. Deep over the middle. Stevens, touchdown.
Yep, this is when we find out about Tony Romo. You know, we talked about the experience at quarterback, and even Bill Parcells said that if the Seattle Seahawks have an advantage, it's a veteran quarterback.
Seattle lost one of its timeouts on the unsuccessful challenge. Romo spins, throws, caught, Witten, but he's going to be tackled at the 1. Is it going to be a first down is the question.
The receiver's forward progress was stopped at the 1.5. It's 4th down.
So it's 19 yards on the right hash for the lead. And the snap is bad, and Romo picks it up and runs left to the 5, and he's taken off his feet at the 2-yard line. He fumbled the ball. The snap was bad, and the Cowboys did not kick the field goal, and their season's going to end.
The fallout from Romo's gaffe would be felt, well, forever. It still hasn't stopped. Never mind that he was pretty much the only starting quarterback in the league holding for place kicks, and that coaches don't have their quarterbacks do that anymore. Never mind that he had the presence of mind to pick the football up.
Romo's going to run it in. He's hit. He's knocked down. He doesn't get there. Are you kidding me?
The fact was that Romo dropped the ball, and the Cowboys lost, and that's all anyone cared about. The immediate impact was that the Seahawks moved on, as would Parcells.
2 weeks after a devastating playoff loss to the Seattle Seahawks, Bill Parcells is walking away as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, announcing his retirement Monday.
Frustration certainly had to be part of the equation as well, as of all years, 2006 was certainly one in which a wildcard team could have gone to the Super Bowl. After all, the Rex Grossman-led Bears represented the NFC that year. If Dallas had made it out of Seattle, would Parcells have stayed on longer? Who knows? As for the quarterback, Romo's career would never be looked at the same unless he pulled off something to erase the dropped snap, like win a Super Bowl. That never transpired. Instead, a narrative of Romo the choke artist was hashed, then rehashed when the top-seeded Cowboys fell in the divisional round the following season. Fans everywhere saw Romo throw an interception on 4th and desperation to end the game.
On 4th down, clock running, intercepted, and the New York Giants are 9 seconds away from advancing to the NFC Championship.
Taking a trip to Mexico the weekend before the game was deemed the reason Dallas lost, and is what caused Romo to play poorly. But a catch on this play right here, when Patrick Creighton inexplicably stopped on his route, would have changed the outcome for the team and the quarterback. Instead, the loss to the Giants, like the loss in Seattle, was Romo's fault. Never mind that the same New York squad would upend the greatest regular season team in NFL history just 3 weeks later.
And that is it. The New York Giants have knocked off the New England Patriots with the most improbable win in recent memory.
The narrative of Romo, the unclutched quarterback, would dog him until he moved to the booth in 2017. But is it accurate? Was the blunder in Seattle, which came as a holder for a kick, simply the most memorable image of a guy who consistently failed in the big moments? Well, when it comes to the facts, the numbers fail the narrative. In 6 career playoff games, Romo's passer rating is 93.0. Since 1990, when the postseason last expanded, Romo's rating is 9th all-time. Oh, by the way, his 4th quarter passer rating is among the greatest of all time. The 2014 season saw Dallas capture the NFC East crown and host Detroit in the wild card. Romo delivered in the clutch.
Romo looking around, nowhere to go. Romo throws it in the end zone. Williams, touchdown! The Cowboys have their first lead of the game.
Fast forward a week later, Romo's perfect pass on 4th down against the Packers turned into one of the most controversial plays in NFL history.
After review, it has been determined that the receiver did not maintain possession of the football.
Had the referees ruled that a catch, Dallas may have been on their way to Seattle, a team the Cowboys had defeated earlier that year, partially because of Romo pulling a play out of his you-know-what.
Romo still on his feet, lofts it for Witten. Williams comes in behind him, and that is a catch.
Tony Romo was dead to rights twice back there and found a way to get away.
Maybe the legendary quarterbacks won where Romo lost, and maybe they had more help, too. The list of Hall of Fame level players whose postseason passer rating is lower than Romo's include Aikman, Brady, Manning, Favre, Marino, and Kelly. Quarterbacks make their names winning games. Stats don't. Yet to suggest that Romo only failed in big moments, was a choke artist, or doesn't belong among the great players in history might be as bad a narrative as dropping that slick ball in Seattle.